Hi, friends. My name is Janice Sauer, and I'm a counselor at Biblical Counseling of Arizona. How are you doing? Are you sensing increasing anxiety? Maybe just kind of like that slow, steady hum, and it's starting to um, get louder and louder? Maybe extra frustration or annoyance. Is just the current crisis that we're going through starting to take its toll? I'd like to tell you about one woman's story. This is a woman who came to me for counseling, and she had kind of a low level anxiety, but she was noticing this increasing problem with it. She felt she was beginning to spiral, and she was actually noticing that she was becoming much more impatient, and it was affecting her family. She was fearing for her future. And so, as we talked, we began to realize that the crisis had caused her to take her eyes off of some very basic but very helpful disciplines that she had in her life prior to this current COVID-19 crisis. So, we decided we would look at those things that she had within her control. So, basically, the inner and outer person. And what we found was that as she was intentional about focusing on these things, it was starting to make a difference in how she was able to deal with the rest of her life. So the first thing we focused on was her inner self, and that is her time with God, meaning really time in prayer and time in God's Word, and also time with other believers. And as it turned out, prayer had pretty much gone out the window with all the changes in her home life since the shelter in place orders. And so we talked about her literally putting her prayer time and her Bible reading time on the calendar. So it was an appointment. And although that seemed a bit awkward, it actually has worked out very well for her. And she's also reached out more to some of her other believing friends. And that's helped too, because it is always helpful to know that we're not in these things alone. Regarding the outer self, we looked at her diet and exercise and her sleep. And we realized that all of those areas had taken a hit as well as she's been dealing with this crisis. So we just kind of looked at ways to tweak that and get those things back into her daily, regular routine. And although these seem like basic things, they're especially critical now. While everything is so out of our control, to focus on the things that we can control made a huge difference for her. She found that by doing these things, there was more peace and more calm in her life, and she was even feeling more hope. So if any of this sounds familiar and you're having similar concerns, or maybe just any of life's challenges, and you'd like to talk to somebody here, please reach out to us. We're at biblicalcounselingaz.org. And we really do look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.